Okay, Harry and Meghan with a big red carpet appearance over the weekend. Time for another royal roundup. Here is Patricia Treble. Patricia, good morning to you. And a couple at the Sundance Film Festival back on Saturday. Yep. Give us the details.
Yeah. So this is in the mountains of Utah. So we're no ball gowns and stuff like that. We're talking, jeans and sweaters. And Harry and Meghan are some of the executive producers behind a new documentary, Cookie Queens. And you mentioned that. And it's about Girl Scouts, so American version of Girl Guides, during the cookie selling season. Now, they sell a lot more cookies than we do, because when I was in Girl Guides, it was only the vanilla and chocolate, and now there's like a mint and stuff like that, but that's it. They sell tons of varieties. It is a massive competition, and it looks delightful. And Meghan has talked about how, and she shared some photos of when she was a Girl Guide and a Girl Scout, and she was selling the cookies. Lots of people there, lots of interest, but has not found us a buyer yet. So Netflix has not picked it up, which, they have a first peek deal with them. Hopefully by the time Sundance is over, we'll be able to see it.
Okay. All right. We shall see. Now, this appearance at Sundance comes after an eventful week in England for Harry, because now I'm talking about his lawsuits against the Daily Mail. Where do things stand as we head into week 2?
So a lot of the big plaintiffs, the high-profile plaintiffs, they have given their testimony, so including Harry, Liz Hurley. And so now we're into the nuts and bolts. And I'm going to be honest, that's what interests me. It's going to be 9 weeks is what the schedule is. And we're going to hear, and this is fascinating, the editors and the writers of those articles that they are saying were they got information unlawfully about, they're going to be testifying. And we have not had this before, because previous cases, they didn't put them on or they settled. So it's going to be interesting to see how they explain how they got the information and how they crafted those stories. Yeah.
All right. As you mentioned, we're going into week 2. Are we still expecting this to be like a 9-week ordeal?
Yeah, I think they're still expecting it. I'm going to be honest. There's so much paper in this. I mean, a lot of it is simply affidavits and stuff like that. It strikes me as very, very long, but that is what they have scheduled.
All right. Meanwhile, Harry also issuing a strong statement after Donald Trump's comments about NATO allies during the war in Afghanistan, which, of course, we know Harry served. Yeah,
we are talking about Donald Trump way too much in the royal segment, I'm going to be honest. So after he the president kind of rode back his threats about tariffs against Britain and Europe over Greenland, then he completely trashed the NATO allies, falsely saying that they had stayed behind front lines in Afghanistan, which is absolutely not true. 850 troops were killed, including more than 150 Canadians, more than 450 Brits. People, all of NATO, everyone would just raged by these quotes.
A very strong rebuke from Harry, who mentioned he had friends that died.
Exactly, because he had served 2 tours, and he wasn't alone. I mean, a lot of veterans were going online. And then all of a sudden, President Trump issues a post, and he's praising British service in the front lines of Afghanistan. I'm thinking, what the heck? Turns out that the king, very diplomatically, behind closed doors, back channels, had got word to the White House that people were being very hurt by the comments. I think it's all about the state visit, because, of course, he wants to keep the relations up, because people are now talking about canceling that state visit. And I think, I'm going to be honest, the seesaw about whether it's going to happen now, I think it's maybe 75%, and I think it's a soft 75.
Okay. Yeah. Let's turn to Will and Kate. They've had a fast start to the new year.
They have. So they normally ease into the year. Kids have to go back to school. You've got to recover from the holidays. They started early, and they have just kept going at a pace. And Kate's scheduled to completely outpace last year. They spent a day, though, I'm going to say the highlight, they spent a day in Scotland, and they were curling with the British Olympic teams. Those two are so competitive. So they started practicing, and then they actually did a head-to-head, and Kate won. And here's the amazing thing. She's wearing a skirt. And I'm like, that is incredible. Because I have curled, and I'm going to say I was awful at it. It is so difficult to get that rock going, to get the momentum going, to stay upright and not collapse. I'm so impressed with them.
Yeah, it's a pretty good form.
It is
pretty good form.
And we're going to be seeing a lot more of them. They've got a lot of engagements coming up. And William is going to be going off to Saudi Arabia on behalf of the British government. So already the foreign tours are starting.
Okay.
All right. They are busy, and so are we on this Monday. Thank you, Patricia Treble, for another Royal Roundup.
You're welcome.